Yeah guys, you just saw me welding. This is the mount for my new solar array. It will be a tilted array on the carport. Where exactly this is coming, what kind of panel is going on this, and it's not the usual ones, and which inverter will be used for this, I'm going to show you right now. You can see this is the place of my power wall, and this here is the carport. And on this carport, in the back, there are a lot of panels already on top, but these initial few meters here are not used. And this is a perfect spot to build an eastern facing photovoltaic array. That one would be very important for us because we need more energy in the morning. So let's use this place and put some extra solar panels on it. This project will actually be very low cost because we only have to spend money for the mount and the panels. The inverter which we are going to use is already here, and it will be the hybrid inverter from the AC Powerwall. As you know, until now there is nothing used else than the grid and the battery, so why not just use it for PV input as well? Because of the extra independent DC input, I can use this system then also as an emergency generator. Right now there is nothing connected to the load output of the inverter, but this will then follow in future, and I will then connect an output box here. So there will be no permanent circuits connected, but just outlets, similar like you would have a emergency generator somewhere. So these are the panels which I will use. It is a 600 watt oversized panel, N-type bifacial. Bifaciality is a point in this project, but it is not the most important one. The most important aspect of this panel is that it is a high voltage panel. Yeah, so this is the place here. The mount will be put over here, and there will be 4 panels put on the mount, and they will be tilted the way so that they are looking roughly to the east. In the east we do have the mountain there, but as soon as the sun is clearing the mountain, I want to have then energy coming from this direction. You can see the roof is a metallic roof with a kind of dirty white color, and this is where the bifacial aspect of the panels will come in, because on afternoon the sun rays will then hit the metallic roof behind the panels and reflect sunlight on the back side of the panels. So in this case the bifacial aspect of the panels will really make sense too. You can see it is really early morning now. There's no direct sunlight on the panel, and we do have 76 volts on them. High voltage panels. How is it actually possible? You know that today's modern panels are typically built out of half cells. This here is a 60 cell equivalent panel. So you have a 120 half cells here on the total area here. And usually a panel is built in 2 halves. So there are 2 sectors, 60 half cells on this side and 60 half cells on the other one. And they will typically be connected in parallel. So this is improving the performance during shading conditions, something like that. But with the high voltage panel, all those half cells are connected in series. So that's why the voltage of the panel is double. But on the other hand, the current will be just half. This typically can have 2 advantages. One is, if you have troubles with system voltage because you don't have enough place to put enough panels, so that you can easily reach the starting voltage and the MPPT tracking voltage, then these high voltage panels will be perfect, right? Because you only need 3 or 4 panels and you will be perfectly fitted for any inverter. The second advantage is actually the low current, because you can use these kind of panels to repower an old system. You know, the development of PV panels was much faster than inverter development. So all the inverters usually they can only handle a certain amount of current, and the brand new models of the PV panels will easily overpower an old inverter. So with your old equipment you will still be perfectly fine if you use a panel like this. But there's of course a flip side of the coin, and that one is that now you're losing the advantage of shading performance, because shade on just one cell of this will cause the performance degradation of all the panel. And this is like similar to the older panel types which had the full cells. If you have many panels in series, this will then degrade the string performance. But anyways, the place where these panels will be put, there should be no problem with shade. So the restriction which I am facing is actually coming from the inverter, because this day hybrid inverter requires quite high starting voltage and also MPPT voltage. The starting voltage of this inverter is 200 volts and MPPT voltage is 160 volts. So you would need at least 5 of the 72 cell panels or 6 of the 60 cell panels to reach the voltage requirements. I do not have the space on that cardboard here. So that is exactly the reason why I had to choose high voltage panels. And yeah, luckily something like this is available, because until a few months ago I didn't even know that panels like that do exist. Yeah guys, and the mount is finished and up on the roof. Next is putting up the panels, but at the moment it's a little bit too windy. It would be much too risky to go up with such a big piece of equipment. It would be just blown down by the wind. And because I don't know when this is gonna happen, we do it this way. Let's try a little bit magic. 1, 2, and so here we are at the junction box, which comes directly from the solar array, and we have the DC SPD and a fuse there. Fuse is a 15 amp PV fuse. What I want to do now is I have left one of the MC4 connectors at the array open, of course, so that there is no danger here in doing the cabling work. So what I'm going to do now is connect that one, and then we should have here already the voltage of the array. It is early morning. I have to continue then here cabling down to the inverter, but for that I need to use the concrete drill and I would make some noise, and that I cannot do at the moment because the guests are still sleeping. Now you can see the area from the up. So yeah, the mount is actually sitting on 3 beams of the carport roof here. so it does have quite a substantial weight. And the weather side here is actually the wind is blowing a lot in this direction. So yeah, we have to trust physics and hope everything will stay in place. Here is the last connection. Always when you make something like this, keep one open, of course, otherwise you can electrocute yourself. Let's do some measurements at the junction box and then see how it turns out. Now it's just the moment when the sun is peeking out behind the mountain. Yeah, and here's our voltage reading, 322 volts around. Okay guys, all the cabling work is done, so I've completed this one here. So other than the drilling of that conduit, it's connected. Also the MC4 connectors are in the inverter. So it's time to turn it on. In the meantime, it got really cloudy again. There is no direct sun at the moment, but still we should have something here on this meter to turn on the DC on the Sun hybrid inverter. Just need to switch on the DC switch. Yeah, sun came out a little bit again. We have 1.9 kilowatts coming from the panels. So that's not bad at all. It's a little bit jumping around because of the cloudy sky. We can further on press here and see the details, and the voltage is showing now 280 volts around MPPT voltage, 6.5 amps. Very nice. So yeah, another successful build. So what exactly do I expect from this array? So I expect to have more energy for self-consumption during the morning. That's the only time when we still need to buy most of our energy. Then the second thing is more energy during high season, the peak season. So when it's getting really hot, when the hotel is full, then we need every watt or watt hour extra. And then also extra energy during the low season or rainy season, because you have cloudy skies a lot of time. The output of the PV is not as good, so this will also then give some extra energy. What will it not do or do without that we want it? It will now, of course, during the winter time, when the weather is cooler, even when there are a lot of guests here, we will just increase our excessive energy again, because the demand is not so high, of course. And there's usually always blue skies. Good, but nevertheless, this is really necessary at some point. And you know, I'm always a little bit ahead with planning of my PV side, and later on, when I see that there's too much energy leaving the property, then I am continuing planning on storage. That's it. So I hope you found this interesting. Please comment on the down as always, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you didn't yet. Thank you for watching. I see you the next time.